Freedom of speech under our Constitution states that the government and its agents cannot lock you up, arrest you, or, do anything to you based on your speech. So it covers the government. Now, there are some exceptions that were done, amendments, if it directly incites violence, direct threats, or could cause panic, like yelling fire in a theater. Generally speaking, it is protecting you from the government. However, there's a misunderstanding. Freedom of speech does not cover private sector. Your company is not under those laws. Because remember, the Constitution originally was basically a way of letting everybody know what their rights are, right? Not the rights that the government gives you, the rights you are born with. We call it the Bill of Rights, right? The first 10 amendments. These are your rights you're born with. Same thing with freedom of speech. This is a document telling the government you can't f with us. However, when it comes to the private sector, it's much different. You are not governed by they're not governed by that same laws. If you say something in the public or something that is against the rules, because they write their rules of the company, they have the right in a lot of cases to terminate your employment. You do have the right to sue them, and then the courts can decide whether it was unfair or not. But they don't have to let you say whatever you want. The company can fire you, especially if you signed an employment agreement. Under the guise of that, Jimmy Kimmel's comments led to his being, fired. Sounds like a cut and dry case, right? He's not protected under free speech because that's a private company. Not so fast. Disney, which owns ABC, did not fire Jimmy Kimmel because they decided that's what they wanted to do. Nay. The FCC, which is part of the government, told this company to handle it. Now, while it doesn't fall under the freedom of speech with the government where they can't prosecute you or imprison you or do anything like that, this is going to be a court case. And I'll tell you why. Because the FCC gives these licenses out. This wasn't a private company making a direct decision. This was the government influencing a private company to make this decision based on the protection of freedom of speech. I have a feeling that Jimmy Kimmel is going to file suit over this. And it is going to go up the courts and maybe to the Supreme Court about how this was handled. Now, it depends on how long this takes and what administration is in charge at the time, but this changes the game.